It is great to be here with so many of our education leaders and members of the state legislature. It is always great to gather with this group on a Friday morning. And it is my distinct honor to announce my third appointee to the Arkansas Board of Education, Dr. Gary Arnold. Congratulations, Gary. Gary is a longtime education leader here in Arkansas and around the entire country. Most recently, he served as the head of school and president of an independent school here in Little Rock. I've gotten to know Gary personally over the past few years, including when he served on one of our Learns implementation task forces. And I know he's not just a committed advocate for education, he's also a great person and a good friend, and we are really excited about this appointment. You know, there are a lot of similarities between our great secretary, Jacob Oliva, and Gary Arnold. And no, I'm not just talking about the fact that they're both bald. We always look for an opportunity to give Jacob a hard time. They both have decades of experience in actual schools and classrooms, in Gary's case, dating back to the 1980s. They both think deeply and critically about how we can fix the areas of our school system that are broken. And they are both personally committed to putting every kid in Arkansas on a path to success. Gary has lived and taught all over the country: Michigan, Massachusetts, Illinois, and Wisconsin. And trust me, you'll hear it when he starts talking. But he's been in Arkansas for over 17 years, and this is where he calls home. More than that, he's given nearly 2 decades of his career to improving the lives of Arkansas students. As an education leader, Gary was one of our key allies in the Learns implementation process as part of the Rules and Regulations Task Force. It certainly wasn't the flashiest role, but anyone who has worked in government knows that signing a law is one thing. Actually putting it into practice is where the real work begins. Through Gary's careful stewardship, the first school year with Arkansas Learns was a huge success, and the second year is shaping up to be even better. For Education Freedom Accounts specifically, which was one area in which Gary worked closely, we nearly tripled the number of EFA students from last year to this year. The good news for parents is that next year, the EFA program will be open to every single student in our state. And the even better news is that our parents and students will have Gary on the Board of Education continuing to fight for their interest. For the first time in Arkansas history, every student will be able to attend the school that best fits their needs, regardless of where they live and regardless of how much their parents earn. That's thanks to the tireless work of advocates like Gary, who worked on this issue long before it was popular. What I love most about Gary is his passion for education, his belief that every student can learn, and his relentless commitment and pursuit of his faith. I want to thank Gary for all of his work on behalf of Arkansas students and for being willing to step up and take on the newest challenge. Congratulations to your wife, Karen, and your entire family. Gary, we know you're going to do amazing work. Thank you for taking this on, and please come up and say a few words.
Well, let me tell you, I remember being last pick in junior high PE class. This feels much better today. And also, 2 Fridays ago, I was speaking to a group of people at the Robinson Center on Learns, and I didn't know what I was walking into except the topic, and they said, be there at 12, you're on at 1. So I show up at 12, and I find out that Governor Sanders and her dad, Governor Huckabee, were on first, and that I was to follow them. So, oh yes, here I go, following the 2 best speakers in Arkansas. And here we go again, I'm following the best speaker in Arkansas. But just let me tell you, what an honor it is to accept this appointment and the responsibility of joining this team. It's awesome. Governor, your accomplishments, in a word, are just remarkable, and in another word, downright transformative. Imagine those first 100 years. It was turbocharged. And now 2 years in, we're a different state. we are on the national landscape for leading in so many areas, and education being prominent in the mix. Secretary Oliva, I know you work every day to provide opportunity for all that comes through in everything you do. And Governor Sanders, you speak of serving and helping and assisting every Arkansan every day, and that comes through. Whenever I look at the media, I find you at various parts of the state doing work with your people, and we respect and love you so much. I picked up a copy of Life on the Mississippi by Mark Twain just the other day. I was in my home library and I said, I haven't read that recently, so I picked it up. And about a third of the way through, Mark Twain comments that the most important function and job of the boat pilot is to learn the river, Old Man River, because it changes every day. And one day the currents will be this way, one day there'll be a tree or a shoal that wasn't there the day before. So he just told Twain, learn the river. And I find a great parallel to education, life in schools. It changes every day. We just have to learn the river and have that growth mindset of it might not always be the same. And I think that's the drive and the spirit behind the work of Governor Sanders and Secretary Oliva. They're learning the river. We're growing. We're making things better. And in fact, the governor's blue ribbon reforms to become a national leader in student-centered education are all represented in these initiatives. You think literacy, you think teacher empowerment, teacher compensation, teacher merit, parent empowerment, accountability, school readiness, high-speed internet, school safety. These are things that are benefiting all Arkansans and lifting us up. You know the statistic, from 48 in teacher salary, starting teacher salary to 4th in the nation. That's a quantum leap, and it's because of what we're doing here, what you're doing here. We're in your debt. So I just want to say that I'm looking forward to my new role where I can be a champion of these bold school reforms, because together we're taking Arkansas to the top. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for being here again. Thank you, Dr. Arnold, for your willingness to serve. I think that you can see by just the people in this room who have served alongside you, had the opportunity to get to know you, and those who will work alongside you, just what an incredible thing this is for our state. And we look forward to working with each and every one of you to continue to move Arkansas to the top when it comes not just to education, but in so many areas that this group is working tirelessly on. And so thank you for being willing to serve and for helping in your just tireless commitment to our Arkansas students. Thank you all so much for being here.